Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Lower Parkstown Broadcasting Corporation Thursday night. How are you? Um, Bank holiday tomorrow, which is great. So I've not long finished work. And bank holiday, so we know it's different this year. Normally it's the bank holiday Monday. This year it's the Friday. It's to celebrate VE Day. Um, Most of you will know anyway, but for those of you who don't, um, VE Day was victory over Europe. It's when the Allied forces finally accepted the unconditional surrender of Nazi Germans and brought an end to the Second World War. Interestingly, the surrender in the Channel Islands was the day after, which is the 9th. So they would probably celebrate a day later. As you can see, Totti has no interest in history whatsoever, so hopefully you can still hear me. So this year, because it's 75 years, um, that's why we're celebrating it on a Friday this year. Normally it's a bank holiday Monday, but because it's the 8th of May, it's on a Friday this year. So that'll be good. And interestingly, slightly different format tonight. I'll narrate a story with you. So you may have heard me mention before, I've got an auntie who's 93 and I love her to bits. She lives on her own. She's great. But during the war, she was in what's known as the Land Army. She was a land girl, and it was the Women's Land Army. So when the men went off to fight in the war, generally it was the men. The ladies were asked to fill a lot of the jobs that the men had been doing. So, of course, a lot of them went into factory work, and particularly munitions factories. But equally, there were other vocations. So, the Land Army was one of them. So they would work under a farmer at a farm, and they would do everything that farmers and farmhands and farm labourers used to do. They used to get paid a lot less than the labourers. Actually, I think the Land Army girls used to get something like 28 shillings a week for their work, which is, it's not that much in these days, but even then it was a lot less than their male counterparts. But anyway, it was hard work. They were up in the morning really early, milking the cows and tending the animals. In the summer it was a double shift. It's called double summertime. So very often they were there from early in the morning until about 10 o'clock at night. They didn't get officially recognised until probably about 20 years ago, when they were all sent a medal, finally, those that were still around. And then the film came out, The Land Girls, which had Anna Friel in. And my auntie was lucky enough to be asked to go to the premiere in London, actually, at Leicester Square. So she met the director, and she said it was quite good. It was quite a good film, she said, but there wasn't all of that sex stuff went on that you had in the film. But anyway, so my auntie Prem, who I loved a bit, was in the Land Army. I narrate that only tonight because it's VE Day tomorrow, so I just thought it was interesting. But it was incredibly hard work for them, and actually they were still tilling the land until about 1949, because even after the war there was still rationing. They still needed food. The men some of them still hadn't come back, and they had to sort of integrate themselves back into what they were doing before. So that's my story for tonight. Thought it was quite interesting, actually. It always fascinates me. Anyhow, let me know what you're doing tomorrow. Thank you to those who sent pictures. So Dave from our Bobcats, he's been up a tree. Why wouldn't you? It's in his garden. He's got a tree in his garden, so he's been up the tree. I'll stick the photos on at the beginning of the vlog anyway. You've probably seen them, or I might stick them on the end. But anyway, they'll be on the vlog. Thanks to Di, who's done a collage of pictures, so those will go up as well. And if there's anything else, just pop me a message or some pictures, and I'll put them on. Joke du jour, bit of a medical theme tonight. When does a doctor get annoyed? Excuse me. When he runs out of patience. What is the other one? It's an old one, but it's a good one. When should you go to the dentist? 2:30. 2:30. Anyway, have a great bank holiday tomorrow, and I will check in with you tomorrow night. I don't recognise myself anymore. I actually went up the ironmonger's earlier to get some plants, some more bedding plants for my garden, and I'm quite looking forward to doing that. I don't know what I've turned into. As I say, I just don't recognise myself anymore. But anyway, and what is it called, an ironmonger's? I know you've got costermongers and ironmongers and fishmongers, but what's a monger? Anyway, that's to ponder on another day. Have a great day tomorrow, and be safe.